You're going to want to watch this video until the very end because this might be the most important video I ever make, like ever. My name is Karamoko and today I want to talk to you about how crypto is going absolutely mainstream. Before we even begin, let's talk about what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a digital currency or internet money, if you will, amongst many other digital currencies that run on the blockchain technology. But more on the blockchain later because I want to start off by really making you understand how it differs from the money you already know and love so much. And if you really want to get technical, the currency that you use right now is mostly digital. You probably use a bank card more than physical cash. Fun fact, less than 10% of all the money in the world is actually physical. But because there are no physical bitcoins or bills, it's safe to say it's 100% digital versus our current monetary system at roughly 90% digital. So beyond the fact that Bitcoin is more digital, the other differentiating factor between our current monetary system and Bitcoin is the fact that Bitcoin, amongst pretty much all other cryptocurrencies, are decentralized. When something is decentralized, it just means that no single party has full control over it. Take the US dollar for example. The government has full control over how much gets printed. They can manipulate the flow of money to adjust interest rates and impact millions of people's lives. They have the power to set up monetary policies that they think will benefit us. Whereas if you take Bitcoin, no single entity has control over the majority. Not you, not me, and not even the creator. New coins can only be created by the algorithm itself. But what truly sets Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on a whole other level is the blockchain technology. The blockchain can be a very complex thing to actually explain to somebody else. And it actually took me a while to wrap my head around all of its functionalities and the way it works. But I'm going to try and put this in a way where you can understand, even though it's going to be oversimplified a little bit. So the blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. How does it work exactly? Instead of one party keeping a record of transactions, like a bank for instance, that data or record is distributed to all members across the network. Now the cool thing about that is, any malicious attempt to alter the chain of transactions to one's own benefit will immediately fail because your digital record of transactions will be different than everyone else's. Imagine that you send a text that you regret sending and you try to contact whatever app you sent it through so they can delete it before the other party can actually see it. In theory, that could work because the app you use has full control over everything. But now, imagine if every single text you ever sent was instantly encrypted and stored on every device across the world, and the collective database of all these phones would ensure no one could unsend or alter a message because it is stored on everyone's devices. This is a weird example, but it's a valid one nonetheless. Just oversimplified, of course. Because things are virtually unchangeable in a blockchain, it makes fraud very, very difficult. And you can even use the blockchain beyond just crypto. Imagine using it to prove real estate ownership or digital arts like NFTs or maybe even a voting system. The possibilities are limitless. There are a lot of smart people out there working on making crypto less energy intensive because as of right now, the energy that running crypto networks require has been a polarizing topic over the past few years. This massive energy consumption is due to the protocols necessary to make cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin secure. The most popular one is called proof of work consensus model. Basically, this is a method where a cryptocurrency uses to validate blocks in a blockchain. Because if everyone shares the same digital ledger, we'd solely want to have a legitimate transaction recorded within it. And the way to enforce that is basically where proof of work comes in. In basic terms, when transactions are made with Bitcoin, they are grouped together in blocks. In order to get that group of transactions or blocks validated by everyone else on the network, one has to solve a very difficult math problem that requires a lot of computing power and energy. Once the mathematical problem is solved, the person or node on the network broadcasts that math solution to everyone else on the network. They will verify that it is indeed the right solution to the problem, and then that particular block of transaction will be added or chained to the previous block on the blockchain. That person or node then gets automatically rewarded some Bitcoin for validating that block. This process of validating blocks is called mining. so on and so forth. So whenever you hear someone say, I mine Bitcoin, or you read in the news, Bitcoin miners in China, etc., it just means they are using their computing power to actually validate transactions over the blockchain. A popular alternative to the proof of work method also exists called proof of stake. The proof of stake concept states that a person can validate a block of transactions according to how many coins they hold. Proof of stake is seen as less risky in terms of the potential for miners to attack the network, as it structures compensation in a way that makes an attack less advantageous for the miner. But that would be going too in depth, and I don't want to lose you because all this is information the average Joe really doesn't need to know. But let's move over to the price fluctuation of these cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin and pretty much all cryptocurrencies have been known to be volatile as Back in October 2010, a single Bitcoin was only worth 10 cents. If you had invested $100 into Bitcoin, you would have had 1,000 Bitcoins in your wallet right now, worth up to $43 million. According to an article posted on the Nasdaq website, Bitcoin adoption surged by 880% in just one single year, which is absolutely crazy. More and more people all over the world are starting to find out about this technology and are getting into it and actually using it. We've also seen big companies like Microsoft, Overstock, and recently AMC who are starting to implement this in their business. AMC CEO Adam Aron tweeted that they'll start accepting Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and perhaps Dogecoin by the end of this year. Tesla was also briefly accepting Bitcoin, but they stopped because of its enormous energy consumption. But Elon Musk said that they will consider it again if a solution or a development is made as far as that. Perhaps the biggest news in crypto over the last few months is El Salvador accepting it as a legal tender now, which is crazy news. A whole nation using cryptocurrency as their main currency. I think this is a huge step in global adoption of cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency is becoming more and more impossible to ignore nowadays. And that begs the question, should you buy it? Should you sell what you have? Or should you wait? Well, before we even get into all that, I always love to say only invest what you can afford to lose. Never put money that you know you'll need in the near term into stocks or crypto or any investment because you only want to think about the long term. Now, sure, you can trade for the short term, that's fine, but it does come with its risks and you need to be educated on what you're doing before you attempt anything. Remember that I make these videos for entertainment purposes only. Do not take any information here I say as financial advice. Make sure to do your own research before taking any major decisions. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video was jam-packed with a lot of different information, but make sure to do your own research. The blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies are fascinating to say the least. I can't wait to see what happens in the future. But make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the link down in the description. Make sure to subscribe, like, and also comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.